What's up everybody, my name is T-Grizz and you're watching Tactical Friday. And in today's Tactical Friday I'm going to give you some general tips on how to play Domination. And I've divided these things into separate parts, I think you can call them. And I have when you're playing alone, when you're playing in a team, and some general tips. So I'm going to start with playing alone. And at the start of a Domination game, the first thing you'll probably do is cap the first flag. But it depends on the playstyle you're playing. If you're a rusher, I suggest you don't go for the B flag right away. I suggest you go flank them from the sides, the enemy that is. Not through the middle, because through the middle they will be expecting you. So go through the sides and they will not expect you there. And you will get killed less easy. And what I wrote down is don't cap B alone. If you're going to try that alone, it will take you a lot of time, and by the time you're probably getting close to capturing it, there are probably 2 or 3, maybe even 4 enemies that are going to kill you. If you are a beast of a player, you probably can do it on your own, but I suggest you probably should do it when somebody else is on it, and you should team up and capture that flag. Next thing, I wrote down don't rush the whole time. The thing is, when you're playing Domination, the people can be everywhere, because when you're not playing in a team, you don't know always where your teammates are. So these spawns can be a little bit unpredictable. So there can be a spawn right behind you and you get killed from right behind you. And if you spawn the whole time, you probably forget once or twice to check your corners. So that's probably a mistake you will make, and that will cost you a death. So I suggest you can rush at some point, but don't always rush, because that will cost you a lot of deaths. Also, I wrote down slowly build up your position, and what I mean by this is, for example, you have a certain flag captured, let's say A, and you want to capture B. The thing you do is not rush to B, but you slowly build up your position closer to B. So you get a kill, you move up a little bit, you get a kill, you move up a little further. And if your team is smart, they will do the exact same thing. So you can push the enemy back a little bit, and then you can capture B with your team. So you can push them back a little bit more. So you gain position, you build up your position. And also another tip, and this is probably more of a general tip, but is to keep 2 flags so you know where the enemy is spawning. When you're playing alone, your teammates are unpredictable and you don't know what they're going to do. But if you have 2 flags, you can predict where the enemy is spawning. But you have to watch out that your teammates can rush into their spawn, and that will make the spawns flip. So don't always expect them to be at the flag that you don't have, because your teammates can flip the spawns and they can be at the flags that you have captured. So keep that in mind. Alright, over to the team, and I wrote down give orders and have a plan. Before you start and you have a team and you know these guys, you need to give orders or make a plan for what everybody needs to do. For example, I can be a slayer and you can be an objective player. You can capture B and I will kill everybody around it, so you don't have any problems capturing B. So you have to give those orders, and everything has to be very clear. One other thing, or well, I have lots of other things, but other thing is capture flags together. Because when you're alone, it takes a lot of time to capture flags, but when you have a team, you can do callouts. You can say that you're on B and other people can go to B. So I suggest you call out that you're on a B flag, for example, so your teammates will go there as well. And also I put down build up your position on the map. This is the same thing that I just explained on when you're playing alone, but now you can do it organized with your team. You can line up your teammates all over the map and push the enemy back into their spawn, and maybe even spawn trap them. I wrote down don't rush spawn unless everybody knows it, because when everybody knows you're rushing a spawn, everybody is expecting that the enemies will spawn on the other side of the map, so you can adapt to that. So that's one thing you have to call out, that when you have A and B and you're on C, you have to call that out, so your teammates know that the enemy will spawn behind them and that they can prepare for that. So that's a very good tip. And also what I wrote down is callouts. When you die somewhere or you see a lot of enemies somewhere, you have to call that out so your teammates know what's going on. Example, if you get killed by somebody up in a roof, on a roof or in a window, you say top window or top roof, whatever the call out is, so your teammates know where the enemies are and they can kill them. So that's a very good tip when you're in a team. You will probably always win if you have those call outs and when you have these tips down. And the general tips, I wrote down: don't stay too long in one spot, because people will know that you will stay in that one spot excuse me, and they will flank you and you will get killed. So I suggest you get maybe 2 or 3 kills in one spot and then move on to the next spot so the enemy doesn't know where you are. When you are rushing, I wrote down, use ghost and a silencer, especially if you're rushing them in their spawn, because they don't know where you are, and when you're using a silencer you will not show up on the map, and when you're using ghost you're not showing on the map at all. So I suggest you do that so you're not on the radar and you can kill whore as much as you can. Alright, and I wrote down, flag man, use flag jacket. And what I mean by this, if you are in a team or you are one of those players that plays the objective, use flag jacket. Because when you're capturing a flag, there is probably always going to be someone that is going to nade that flag when you're on it. So flag jacket really helps out a lot, so you don't get killed by every explosive there is in the game. And I suggest you use it. I use it myself all the time. And as last thing I wrote down is use the weapon for the right map and for the right playstyle. If you're playing on a larger map, you probably want to go with an LMG or an assault rifle. And when you have those long range shots, you probably want to go with a sniper or assault rifle or LMG. And on smaller maps you of course want to go with shotguns and SMGs. And when you're a rusher you probably want to go with an SMG or maybe a light assault rifle, or maybe even a shotgun if you're in a lot of close range situations. But if you're moving from cover to cover really slowly, I suggest you can use a sniper, you can use a LMG, you can use a assault rifle, anything that suits you. And the last thing I wanted to point out is that with the new setup of the Scorestreaks in Black Ops 2, a lot of people that were playing Team Deathmatch are playing Domination right now to get their Scorestreaks easier. Because in TDM you have to get 5 kills without hardline for a spy plane. But in Domination you have to get 2 or 3 kills when you're playing the objective. So a lot of people are just kill whoring in Domination. So these people just run around and don't care about the flags. So you need to keep in mind that everybody or around every corner there can be somebody. So always check your corners when you're running, so you can avoid a lot of deaths. And that's pretty much all the tips that I have for you guys. One thing I would like to mention, this is my first try on this commentary. I think I did really well. Everything went really fluent, if that is a word. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and a favorite if you did enjoy. Leave a comment telling me what you think about the commentary. And other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my content. And other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.